But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. So we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summit of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But that is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protests to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people. For many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our body is heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulation. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, "Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last."
Okay, that never gets old. Never gets old. Now we're going to introduce our speaker for this Martin Luther King Day. This speaker, our City Council President, Detroit City Council President Brenda Jones. She's a former U.S. Congresswoman. She attends the greatest high school in the world named Cass Tech High School in Detroit. She attended that high school, and also graduated from, I believe, Wayne State University. And her roots are from Birmingham, Alabama. So for those of you guys who don't know, during segregation and Jim Crow, a lot of African Americans fled the South. Seems like a lot of African Americans from Birmingham, Alabama, came to Detroit, and more Mississippi, they went to Chicago. So they fled the South, came down to up to the North. A lot of times because African Americans could get jobs at the automotive plants, and from there, you had them getting those jobs, and then they were able to raise families and be successful. And then those kids then went on to attend college. So that was the migration process. I have roots from Birmingham, Alabama as well. So this is a usual occurrence when it comes to African Americans migrating from Alabama to Detroit. And this is City Councilwoman President Brenda L. Jones with us right now. She has some remarks for you guys. So I want you guys to listen up. Welcome, Brenda, Councilwoman President Brenda Jones. Welcome.
Good morning, and thank you so very much. And I just have to do one correction, and it's not on you, it is on everybody. who wants me to be Brenda L. I am actually Brenda J. Jones.
Oh.
Brenda Joyce Jones. And they even have it wrong on the internet. So don't always believe everything you read. That just tells you everything you read is not always correct. I am Brenda Joyce, Brenda J. Jones. And again, let me just start off by saying life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And again, I am your Detroit City Council President. And when I said, I'm going to say it again, I am your Detroit City Council President, Brenda Jones. And I am so pleased to join you as we honor Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. today. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Brian Wilson, the chess coach, four-time state champion, Cass Technical High School, the greatest high school in the whole world, not in the United States, but in the whole world. To give remarks. So, and I love Cass Tech, and anybody would tell you I love Cass Tech, and all I talk about is Cass Tech. And so, not only to me is it the greatest high school in the whole world, it's the only high school in the whole world that exists as far as I'm concerned. And if you're not a Cass Technical student, I'm sorry. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on somebody else, because you should have been a Cass Technical high school student. So again, good morning to you all. And let me just start off by thanking the coach and thanking you for playing the I Have a Dream speech, because if you look at the things that we are dealing with today, look at the things that we are dealing with today, the I Have a Dream speech is so relevant to what we are dealing with. I still have a dream that this nation will rise up. I still have a dream. Even after what we've seen happen a week or two ago, I still have that dream. Being one who served 5 weeks in Congress, I still have that dream, because I know, and I'm seeing things, even though that happened, we've seen some good things come out of some of the things that have happened with the election, and some of the things that Reverend Martin Luther King spoke about. And that was, he said, one day, slave owners and former slave owners and former sons of people from Georgia will rise up. And what did we just see happen in Georgia? We just seen 2 senators take over in Georgia. 2 from Georgia, a reverend, and one of the youngest Congress senators from Georgia. And so much that Reverend Dr. King talked about is happening today. So don't give up that faith. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Dr. King was a great activist. He was a speaker. And as I talked to the chess club, he was a thinker. He firmly believed in the importance of teaching people to think intensively and critically. A quote of Dr. King says, rarely do we find people who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. Rarely do we find people who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There is an almost universal quest for easy answers and half-baked solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think. That was true then, and guess what? It is still true now. Well, those of you participating today in today's chess tournament have proven that you are willing to engage in hard, solid thinking. The game of chess requires you to do problem solving. The game of chess, you have to have abstract reasoning and pattern recognition skills. And you have to perform creative and strategic thinking. These are talents that benefit you not only in the game of chess, but also in the game of life as well. Chess also requires for you to plan ahead. Now, you know you got to plan ahead when you playing chess. You got to plan that move that you're going to make. As you are thinking about your current move, you must also think about your next move. This truth is true in life. Just 6 months before Dr. King was assassinated, he spoke to a group of students and asked them this question: what is your life's blueprint? He said an architect has a blueprint before he builds a structure. He told the students they too must have a blueprint when they began building their lives. This demonstrates why I so love the teaching of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. They are timeless. Today in 2021, I pose to you the same question Dr. King asked in 1967. What is your life's blueprint? And as your coach told you, I was born in Birmingham, Alabama, but I moved to Detroit, Michigan in 1967, in the middle of the riot. In the middle of the riot, and we wasn't catching planes then, we was getting off the Greyhound bus. I got off the Greyhound bus and my mother lived in an apartment right there where they were rioting. And she had purchased a home. My mother was a school teacher. She had purchased a home, but could not move to that home because the riot was going on. But there was a blueprint that was there in life. I didn't know what my blueprint was. I had no idea that I would be where I am today. And that's why I say I have one favorite more quote, and that is the song that you hear all the time, to dream the impossible dream. There is no impossible dream. Never let no one tell you that your dream is impossible. I had family members saying to me, why are you running for council? You're gonna lose. And I had to say to my family members, how do you lose something that you don't have? I could not lose something I did not have. I was not on council, so there was no way I could lose. The only thing I could do was move ahead. And as I ran that primary with 127 candidates, 127 candidates when I ran in 2005 and never ran for council before, never ran for an elected office before. And people said to me, it's impossible because you don't have enough money to win an office. There is nothing impossible. And let no one tell you that something is impossible, because there is no impossible dream. And I had that dream. Although I was a union president, God showed me that he wanted me to help other people. What was I doing for others? I wanted my help to be bigger than the area of the people that worked for the phone company. As I was a president in my community association, I wanted it to be larger than the people in my community. I wanted to help the city of Detroit. And when I ran with 127 candidates with no money, because I couldn't do a fundraiser and charge more than $20. When I ran for the primary, I came in number 11. And people say, if you don't come in the top 9, you ain't gonna win. And I said, I'm a Cass Tech. I said, ain't. But I won. And I came in number 9. It was 9 seats. It didn't matter where I came in. That number didn't matter as long as I had that one seat at the table. And I was number 9. As time progressed, in the next election, I was number 5. Number 5, I went from 9 to 5. In a race that I was told, why are you running, you gonna lose. Just 4 or 5 years before that. And then as I continued to move ahead, I became number 1, the president of the Detroit City Council. And I am now serving my 2nd term as the president of the City Council when my family members said to me it was impossible. There is nothing that is impossible. But you have to have that blueprint. And as you ponder your answer, I'm going to share with you some of Dr. King's insights into what should begin your blueprint. Number 1 should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. And I'm going to say that again. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Second, you must have the basic principle of determination to achieve excellency in whatever you chose to do. And I will add to you my own 3rd item. You must have integrity. This means that your actions must match your words. And your words must remain the same, no matter who you're talking to and who hears those words. As an elected official, I maintain my integrity every day. Not some days, but every day, as I serve the people of Detroit. I encourage you to embrace integrity as you plan your life's blueprints and to maintain it throughout your life. Let me tell you, people may not always like or agree with what you do or what you say. But if you have integrity, they will know that they can trust what you do and what you say. Whether or not they like it or not, they know that they can trust it because of your integrity. So always keep that integrity. I'm going to tell you, as you move through life, everybody is not always going to agree with you, and that's okay. Because if everybody agrees with everything you do all the time, then you know you're around a bunch of yes folk. And sometimes you need someone to tell you that's not right. Think again on that. So don't always look for somebody to always say, yes, everybody agrees, because that's just not going to happen. Dr. King also told the students, whatever you decide to do in your life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you. Set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. Don't just set out to do a good job. Set out to do such a good job that the living, the dead, or the unborn couldn't do it any better. Now I realize that statement could put a lot of pressure on you. So let me leave you with the final words Dr. King says to the students. And I say in quotes, Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be a sun, be a star. But if it isn't by size that you win or fail, be the best of whatever you are. The end of quote. And I say to you, as I said that, think about one thing. When you win, it doesn't matter whether or not you won by 1 or whether or not you won by 10. The name of the game is that you won. The name of the game is that you won. It doesn't matter whether or not it was by 1. It makes you feel better when it's by 10. But you feel good when you know you've won. Am I right about that? When you know you won, you feel good. It doesn't matter if you won by 1. You can say, I'm a winner, even if it was by 1. I want to thank you for allowing me to speak to you on this national holiday honoring Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I want to say thank you to a former congressman that have left us, and that is none other than Congressman John Conyers, for making it possible for this day to be a national holiday. It was a day that John Conyers Jr. fought for a long time to make Martin Luther King Jr. Day a national holiday. Have a terrific tournament and let the games begin. Good luck to you all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to close this out, and all the kids, I hope all the kids, you guys have the password to the tournament for one. So I put the password for the tournament. That password is KING, King. You don't have to put any caps or any spaces. You can enter into the tournament. You can do that right now. We're gonna have a musical selection from Pastor Pamela Dixon of the Holy Temple Church. Pastor Pamela Dixon will be doing our musical selection here. So while you guys are entering your password, if you're not already in there, go ahead and also when you're playing this tournament, you got to make sure that your video is on. So just let everybody know, make sure your video is on for the tournament. We're going to stay on the Zoom call when everyone else leaves. Pastor, you can go ahead.
Greetings to everyone. I want to thank you, Mr. Wilson, for allowing me to be a part of this awesome day and this awesome celebration. I want to also say to City Council President Brenda Jones, I certainly enjoyed your words of encouragement. And I want to say to all of the children that you are special, you are wonderful, you are awesome, and to continue doing the things that you're doing with your strategic thinking, and to keep one thing in mind, that love conquers all. Today, I want to bring to you a song that was came out a long time ago by a person by the name of Marvin Gaye. And during times such as this, he had a question. He wanted to know what's going on. So that's what I'm going to give you is a short rendition, my rendition of that song by Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can combat hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, protest signs and protest lines don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me, and you will see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Somebody tell me what's going on. Hey, what's going on? Hey, protest lines and protest signs don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me, and you will see. Hey, what's going on? 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 Hey, la 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 la. Da 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 da. Oh, da 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 da. Hey, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Father, Father, everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply cause our hair is long. You know we've got to find a way to bring understanding here today. Hey, protest lines and protest signs don't punish me with brutality. Come on and talk to me, and you will see. Hey, what's going on? 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 Yeah, protest lines and protest signs don't punish me with all this brutality. Come on and talk to me, and you will see. Hey, what's going on? 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 Hey, what's going on? Hey, protest lines and protest signs don't punish me with this brutality. Come on, talk to me, and you will see. What's really going on? Yeah, what's going on?
All right. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, and thank you, children.
All right, kids. Now we're going to start our tournament here. Remember, you have to stay on the chat. First of all, I want to say thank you to all our guest speakers, Pastor Pamela Dixon from the Holy Temple Church, and City Council President Brenda Jones. We really appreciate you attending this Martin Luther King Day event. And I'm pretty sure the kids appreciate you being here as well. Now we're going to go into our chess tournament. The password is KING, King. And the tournament should be up. You want to put yourself in that now in the playing room. If you have any questions, yeah, I know, Yaswan. Yaswan, I know it says a half an hour. I'm gonna shorten that. I just wanted to give enough time for all the speakers to finish up. So we're gonna be starting sooner than half an hour. Okay. Oh, also be nice in the chat, guys. I don't mind you guys chatting in the chat, but be nice. I'm watching what you're saying in that chat, so I don't want to see any bully behavior. That's not allowed in the chat. If you have a problem with someone, you have to contact me personally. I am in the chat, you guys who don't know me in the chat is Shunzu22. That's who I am. So when you see a comment from Shunzu22, that's me. Okay. We have fair play standards for this tournament too. All the trophies are going to be sent out the beginning of February. So just let you guys know, I'm gonna send you the list of winners to your email, whatever email your parents signed you up under. You will see a list of winners after the tournament is over. But the trophies are going to be sent out beginning of February. Any questions? Yes, Asria, the tournament has trophies. They're going to be, and they're going to be customized trophies, Martin Luther King Day trophies, Implodians Presents, because all these tournaments are presented by the Implodians. But this is the Implodians Presents MLK Day. So your trophy will say that. And it will also have your name on the trophy as well. No, Dron, it's not USCF rated. Not this one. But Dron, the World Junior Online tournaments are rated. So that's every Sunday at 12 p.m. It ends around 3:30 every Sunday. And those tournaments are rated. You can find the information for that tournament at MichiganJuniorChessArena.com. MichiganJuniorChessArena.com. It's in the description. Your parents receive emails. And a lot of your parents have my number, so you can always call me. I'm always going to answer. But MichiganJuniorChessArena.com, that's where you could sign up for the Sunday tournaments. Also, let me shout out our sponsor. Our sponsor is Wonderful Clothing Line. Wonderful Clothing Line. It's a Black-owned clothing line by a University of Michigan student of fashion and design. Check out that clothing line at bcwarts.com. bcwarts.com. Yashwan, if you won last time, your trophy should be on its way, unless you're talking about World Junior Online number 5. So World Junior Online from 1 to 4, your trophies are already mailed. So most people have received their trophies for World Junior Online 1 through 4. Now 5 through 8, those trophies are all coming in February. Yashwan. Elbert, you got your trophy? I think, Elbert, you got one, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't get your trophy?
Not yet.
Which World Junior Online did you win a trophy for?
Junior 2.
Oh yeah, they all should be mailed. So I don't know if you live in California or New York. The guy said it's going to be a week. Where do you live?
Massachusetts.
Oh, so maybe it's because the East Coast is going slower. But yes, all those trophies have been mailed out. So you're receiving.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Also, I think I'm going to stream this tournament too. So if you guys want to check out the stream, I will share the stream in the chat. Okay. So we will start in, let's see. I'm going to make it about 12:15. I know it's going to say 12:30, but I'm going to make it around 12:15. We're going to start the first round.
12:15 ET, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forget you guys are not from.
I'm CT. I'm in Chicago, so I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, yeah, 12:15 Eastern time. Okay, I know you guys are from all over the country, so 12.
No, now it's like a U.S. national.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Coach Wilson?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I apologize if this question was already answered. Did you say how we could donate today?
Oh, yeah, they have the
Yeah, the emails. It's like PayPal by email.
Yeah, so you could PayPal. Well, yeah. Let me put it in the chat.
I'm just saying that because I've been in and out. I'm doing a day of service as well with my district, and so I'm back and forth in the Zoom call.
I'm going to put it in the chat. So donations.
Who they're payable to and that type of thing.
To
Thank you.
Okay, so, and then. Okay, I put that in the chat.